Well, good morning, everybody. It's the favorite time of the week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul and Lindsay.
Yay!
Hey, everybody, welcome. We have a little show today about why we even teach BioTouch. And Bev's going to talk here a little bit with Lindsey Parsons from HighDesertHealthCoaching.com.
Yeah, welcome, Lindsay. So glad you're with
Thank
us
you so much.
today. Yeah,
Yeah, thanks for
great.
having me.
You bet. Yeah, this is great. Well, and just to let everybody know, Lindsay's actually going to be our presenter for our health condition workshop on Thursday, the 9th. So
Which is
just
going to
kind
be on diabetes.
yes, yeah. And wow, that's like an epidemic, isn't it? You're,
Absolutely.
yeah. So why don't we start by you? We'd really like you to share with everyone because we know you have more of a natural approach to things like diabetes. And why don't you tell everybody, what that is and why you're so passionate about that type of approach?
Right. Well, as a health coach, that's the kind of approach that I'm trained in to start with. But I've always been a strong advocate of a healthy diet and lifestyle to make changes. And I think a lot of people think, oh, well, my parent had diabetes or my brother has it, so it's my destiny. But the reality is the genetic part only makes up maybe 10-20% of your risk. The rest of it is lifestyle, especially when we're talking about type 2 diabetes. So I'm passionate about the fact that these are things that can be changed and reversed if caught early enough and addressed through lifestyle changes.
Do you
Yeah.
want to ask her
Well,
something?
I was just going to ask about what's your background because we'll talk about a lot about the diabetes, how we get it, what are the things that we're going to do that on Thursday. That's Thursday at 6 p.m. Tucson time.
Yeah.
But why don't you share with us today about what brought you to this time in your life to share through your high desert health coaching? What is your
Right.
background?
So I actually, it's funny because I started out my career in international education, so a completely different field. I was a French major and have a master's degree in Romance linguistics and a doctorate in education. But after many career changes, I had started a nonprofit advocating for healthier food in schools because my son was in school and I didn't like what they were feeding him. And I got deep into nutrition during that time. That was in Montgomery County, Maryland, just outside of DC. And at that time, I learned about health coaching and thought, well, when we move, that would be a great career for me. So went back, got trained in that. And in the course of the training, they train you basically more on just basic lifestyle protocols for health and for losing weight. But then once you finish, they give you some advanced modules, and one of them was on diabetes. And so I did have the chance to coach somebody in diabetes in particular soon after that, and was able to help her go from pre-diabetic to the very lowest point before you hit not pre-diabetic. So dropped her hemoglobin A1C by almost a full point in the course of 12 weeks through the coaching program that they had developed in conjunction with a doctor named Dr. Brian Mole, who has centers for reversing type 2 diabetes all over the country.
Wow,
Wow.
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 I really liked your statement that we seem to be preconditioned, like you were saying, that if mom and grandma has something, you're already up a creek because you're going to get it. And in many ways, that's just kind of like more of a victimizing. I love the thought that whatever a precondition may be, you still have the choice and the responsibility that you can change whatever. And if it's, one of the things, as you said, begin by changing your diet. Those are those
Absolutely.
life-changing things that we can choose to do. And actually, everybody, oh, I don't know, but it can be a very empowering thing to just make that first step. So I really like that type of thinking because nothing is destined.
Right.
Everything
Absolutely.
is we can individually make choices in our lives, and this is why Paul and I love BioTouch as well. It's one of those life-changing things that you can choose to make different choices in your life.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
what
totally
what are
agree.
you going to just a little preview. What are some of the key points you're going to share with us on Thursday?
So I'm just going to give some background on the different types of diabetes and what the typical allopathic or, the normal medical system treatments are for it, and then talk a lot more about what the alternative treatments are. And so those lifestyle changes you can make to your diet, to your exercise, et cetera, that will help reverse it and what that looks like. So it's a relatively quick presentation, so not that much detail, but the slides will give you a lot of information. It's a good starting point.
Right. So Lindsey has sent us a whole PowerPoint with PDF slides that we'll send out in our email also after the show, and we'll show some of them during her talk, which, by the way, while I got you on, can you send that file to me again at office@justtouch.com instead of my other one?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because somehow it didn't get transferred. But yeah, so join us on Thursday at 6 p.m.
Sounds great.
Lindsey's going to do a great presentation, and we'll have a PowerPoint with it. And then we'll send that to you so that you'll have it in your own computer and download it for use. And also, you can contact Lindsey personally. She's at highdeserthealthcoaching.com right here in Tucson. But you deal with people all over the country, don't you?
I do, right. I have a podcast on gut health, and so I have people coming from not just all over the country, but internationally as well.
Wow. That's
right
great.
on. We are thrilled to have you be part of our presentation.
It sounds really informative and wonderful. We're so looking forward to it.
All right, Lindsey. Well, thank you much. We'll see you Thursday. That's 6 p.m. Arizona time. Thanks, dear.
Thanks, Lindsey.
Thanks.
Bye.
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 All right. So let me. Well, we're on two different sides already, but we're going to do
something. But I'm
something.
not in Oregon anymore.
No. So we're going to do boom. Whoops, that's not the right one. Boom, there we are.
Boom, boom.
So I'm excited.
Oh, you know what? I love what she was saying about what she's going to present, and because that is like very foundational, I think, how she's going to approach this. So sounds really great. I'm looking forward to it.
Why do we teach BioTouch? Because it really, right along with what Lindsey was saying, it's not destiny.
Right.
You might have genetic makeup in your body that, your parents had cancer, or your parents had prostate problems, or your parents had diabetes, whatever, down the DNA lineage. But we actually showed with some of the research, and there's more and more doctors that are coming out, especially in the whole quantum physics arena and the alternative integrative approach to healthcare, you can break that DNA.
Yeah. I remember Dr. Bruce Lipton in a presentation saying that, well, everything that we've been told medically for 500 years, wrong. That all of this stuff is passed down genetically, and the truth is that from his research, no, we individually have the power to change the pattern of what's happening. We do not have to accept that mom and grandma, that was their healing journey, right? You don't have to buy into that.
And it's interesting too, because homeopathy's been doing that for hundreds of years.
Oh, yeah.
They look at your whole life, and then they give
you
certain remedies to help break those chains.
Right.
And BioTouch is just another one of those easy tools to help break the chain.
It can break the pattern, the chain. I know. That's what I love about it. One of the things.
So again, our goal is to teach people how to use BioTouch as part of their healthcare program. You don't do this instead of, Lindsey's going to give us all kinds of things to work on our gut health and our diet and things that she does.
Right.
And then adding BioTouch. It takes you, 5 or 10 minutes a few times a week. So again, we want to remind you that the workshop with her is Thursday, December 9th, and it's at 6 p.m. Tucson time. And you can either get us just direct on Facebook or YouTube. And if you get on our email list, we'll give you links to our live YouTube. And also we'll be able to send you afterwards all of her presentation materials.
Oh, that'll be
very
great.
Intense stuff.
Yes.
And that'll really help. And again, another way to learn is through our practitioner training, which we do virtually right now. And also we have Eileen Webster, who's doing live trainings right here in the Tucson
Yes.
Center.
I
Yes.
love it.
I know.
That's
So
great.
our next virtual training is December 11th for this year, and then we'll start next year in January. But that's just a one-day training. When Eileen does it in person, it's a two-day training because you actually practice the points on one another.
Wow, that's an awesome thing. I miss those.
Yes. But
do.
they're starting to happen again.
I know.
And Eileen is the one who's really taking care of that. She has a great group at BioTouch Dove Mountain, and check her out.
Man, no
She
kidding.
also works here at the center. So our goal, really, even here at the center, if you come to get sessions, which we don't charge, we're an all-volunteer program, is you can bring a loved one in and we'll show you what to do. You don't even have to take a training. We'll teach you a few sets of points, and you go home and you can actually apply it with one another immediately. That's the nice thing.
Oh, that's really the foundation of why we teach. We know that BioTouch is as easy or as simple as it is to learn, that you can immediately start using it in your family, with your friends, and be totally effective. You know, that's how you can begin it. You don't have to sign up to be certified or, you know, be all this. This is just meant for everyone to have. And so it is very accessible to every one of us. And again, you can learn it and start using it immediately and start helping everyone in your life.
And that's something that's really quite profound in the healing world.
Yeah.
That it's immediate. There's no time frame. I mean, within minutes, teaching you how to do it, that's it. You're effective. There's no levels. There's no belief system. There's no centering. There's no bringing on high, you know, the fairies and the goddesses and the this and the that. If you want, that's fine, but it's not necessary.
But it's not necessary.
Right.
I think the one thing that's really powerful about BioTouch is it's so inclusive, because we're here to say we can use BioTouch with each other, as opposed to I do this and I do that,
Right.
and you receive and I, you know, all that stuff. This is for all of us. We are here to use BioTouch, and I mean everyone when I
Right.
say that.
And it's also nice, a lot of times we'll talk about, instead of working on someone, we work with people.
Yes, because it's a relationship.
Yeah.
When you work on somebody, right there you have said,
Right.
I'm here to do something for you that only I can do. I'm going to work on you. But when you're working with, and we know BioTouch is a relationship of equality.
Right.
Yes, and when you're working with, that means what? Both people receive and give.
Yes.
I don't care if you are the one giving the BioTouch, you're going to have something back. That's what a relationship is.
So we
Beautiful.
hope you'll join us in our mission to get BioTouch out to humanity. You go to justtouch.com. You can contact us at office@justtouch.com. Again, we have numerous ways to learn it. Again, just to remind you, because it's an exciting workshop coming up, this Thursday at 6 p.m. to Arizona time, we're going to talk about diabetes, and then we're going to give you the few sets of points. I mean, there's only two or three sets of points to even address that situation.
And really start the changes
Right.
happening.
You know, we've had many people. Charlotte was a perfect example.
My goodness.
When she first came here, was on a pump, and slowly was able to get rid of that pump and was able to, you know, just get down to a very maintenance dose for
Yeah.
her insulin
Wow.
levels. So again, it's not that you're going to be healed, right? That all of a sudden all your ills will go away, but it certainly can help you cut back on some of your meds.
Oh,
things.
and well, BioTouch is, you know, for me, it's kind of like our best friend. It's whatever you're doing, whether it's a special diet, whether it's you know, pills or whatever you're doing, other modalities, BioTouch seems to enhance everything in a beautiful, loving way. It enhances your healing journey and opens you to that self-awareness that we're always talking about, encourages you to make different choices, to change those patterns. That's what healing does, right? It's
That's
the
right.
unfolding. Yeah.
So we always want to make sure, even on these Monday shows, quickly, just to share with you a set of points to do. And let's share one right here, which is here.
The ear set may be used for any conditions affecting the ears, including problems with balance and equilibrium. Step 1. On one side of the head, hold at X, which is just in front of the flap at the opening of the ear. On the opposite side of the head, touch points 1 and 2. Point 1 is at the indentation in the bone behind the ear, about 1/3 of the way down from the top of the ear. Adjust the fingers to be snug against the skull. Point 2 is a small indentation at the bottom of the ear directly behind the jawbone. Again, adjust the fingers so they are snug against the ear. Now find hold point X on the other side of the head, and in crossfire touch point 1, the indentation in the bone behind the ear, about 1/3 of the way down from the top of the ear. Then touch point 2, the small indentation at the bottom of the ear directly behind the jawbone. Finally, for step 2, in matching fire, touch points 1 and 1, 2 and 2, X and X.
Doesn't get easier.
And there we go, daughter and mom.
So we encourage you to learn BioTouch. We encourage you to share BioTouch. We encourage you to come to our workshop on Thursday, our virtual training on Saturday. We just can't say it enough, can we?
No, and you know what's wonderful about our health condition workshop is once we present those sets of points,
yes.
you can start using those with anyone in your life.
Yes.
You now have the means to help someone. It's not just like you have to go through all this training and you have to spend all this money. We're giving this to you that evening.
Yes.
So,
and then afterwards, on our front page of our website, the home page, there's a little link up on top. It says health conditions. And any condition workshop that we had, that our video is there on the condition. Right. And you can download that. You can listen to it, to the presentation, and then learn the points. If you become a member, you can get all the workbooks from all the different conditions we've done, including the entire manual with links to the videos. So it's very easy to learn BioTouch, and it really doesn't have to cost you much, if anything, to learn the points.
That's right.
So we thank Lindsey for showing up today. We look forward to working with her on Thursday.
Yes.
Thank you, Bev.
Thank you, Paul.
Bev's going to be moving here in a few days. Congratulations, Bev.
Yay,
She's
thank
moving
you.
to Tombstone, Arizona.
Whoa, yippee.
If you want to find out about Tombstone, Arizona, just look it up. And you'll probably be able to find her walking down the street.
2 blocks from
Big
Nose Cakes.
So we'll see you all next week. Thank you all for joining us, and
Have a great week.
have a great week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.